Let's go. Welcome back, man. Cloud Couch Session, we in the building, man. Back for another episode. Got your boy Wild.
It's your boy Autumn, you feel me? Got a special guest in the building. Introduce yourself, bro.
Loe Gino, Berkeley, California.
Hell yeah, Loe Gino in the building, man. Glad to have you come through, man. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Shirley.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I feel it, man. Tell us a little bit about, Berkeley growing up.
Shit, just different than how it used to be, for sure. I'm like one of the only people that I knew growing up, like with a house in their family still. You know what I mean? Everybody moved out. Property value going up, moving people out.
Right.
Typical shit. Typical barrier shit.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Gentrification hit hard as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand for sure. And before we, just to let the people know, we don't want anybody to get slapped for pronouncing your name, you know what I'm saying? We want to get to pronunciate, it's L-O-E. For you motherfuckers who don't know. To the announcers, don't get smacked, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, give the people a taste of what L-O-E, you know what I'm saying? What's the definition?
Loyalty over everything, and just, it's like the title for me and my like closest friends. You know what I mean? Nothing more than that.
Makes sense.
Loyalty over everything. That's a good motto to go by, for sure.
That's like a group almost, then, huh?
Nah, shit, I'm like the only nigga that really be rapping, but that's just what we decided. It started off in basketball, and everybody was like on the same AAU team.
Right.
Just it grew into a little brotherhood.
Big
What's
hoop
up?
Yeah.
You was a hooper back in the day, because you did come here taller than I was expecting. You came here getting this looking eye to eye to me. I was like, oh, this is different.
Oh, I used to hoop. I used to hoop, but I wasn't as good as my partners. Like, I tore my ACL twice junior year. So like, yeah.
We got some ACL tearies in the background too, you know.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Wait, you tore your shit too? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Man, dog. Twice? You had surgery?
Yep, same
Twice?
Twice same day, son. ACL teary.
Nah,
Not black.
That shit
It
is
has to be
terrible.
black, man.
That shit is terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
You was
man.
thinking about going to college and doing everything before that, or not like that?
It was just something that just came hella naturally to me. So it's like if the opportunity would have presented itself, which it never had a chance to, then yeah, probably. But it wasn't necessarily like striking like the passion in me. You feel me? As a kid, it was just like something that I was accustomed to doing because I was playing basketball ever since like 10 or something like that. So.
That's what it is.
You was shooting guard.
I played the fucking 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so I'm only 6'2", but at the same time, like for some reason, I was like hella good at getting rebounds.
Right, just getting
I had no
big
fly,
boards.
bro. I would get way more rebounds than I did points. I'd get like 10 points and then grab like 17.
It's man.
I was Dennis Rodman.
Watch the niggas
For no reason. I wasn't the most athletic. I wasn't the most dominant or something, but I was able to grab rebounds. It was something.
Hey, get it out this way, man. Rebound is the hardest thing to do down there out there.
Hall of Fame glass cleaner.
That's exactly what I was. And it got so bad that I'm like, all right, bro. Okay, 20 rebounds.
Yeah, his glass cleaning badge on 2K is fucking platinum right now.
That's stupid.
Oh, God.
Yeah, real
That's
shit.
how it was, though. So, but I ended up tearing my ACL twice.
That's right.
It is what it is. The doctor told me I was like, my knees was damn near designed to fail because I got like a small patella. So like, your kneecap is called a patella. That's what it's called.
Right. We bring it back.
Dropping some knowledge.
So your kneecap, I got like a thin patella, and so what happened is it's hella thin, so it's easy to slide over. Slides over it, it exposes your ligaments, and that's what happened to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's mad crazy.
Shot from the start, man.
Yeah.
Doc said he didn't have a chance.
The doc told me, bro, he was designed from the start. I was like, bro,
no, bro, he dead ass was like, yeah, like I'm surprised you haven't got hurt sooner. I was like,
Thanks, Doc. Yeah, for sure.
You got that big. What is that the only sport you was playing?
Yeah, I like did a little bit of track, but I never competed. And then I tried football, and then they tried to put me through that hell week shit, bro.
Oh, you wasn't having it?
Hell no. Like, it wasn't even like the hitting or none of that. It was like the conditioning.
The conditioning, yeah.
It was
For sure.
tripping.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
I did that football shit, hell week shit, all 4 years of high school. That shit was had me thinking of quitting every year.
Yeah, bro.
Why am
that
I
shit
doing
was
this shit?
amazing.
Because, yeah, I'm cool off running.
Mhm.
Big
Sure.
shit. But you was doing suicide and shit in basketball, huh? So that was,
But that's different than running with 30 pounds of pads
right.
and a helmet and a mouth guard, so you gotta breathe out your nose. And 100 yards of fucking field. That's just wild. I don't get it.
Nah, I feel that for sure.
That shit is crucial. So, what's your recording process like when you get down to recording a song?
It depends. I'm getting way more, I'm getting better at just being able to go in the lab and freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling bro, it's like I just write and have everything ready when I get to the lab, so I don't have to waste no time. Feel me?
Straight to
You
it.
gotta come in at this with ammo.
Fucking clips.
We ain't had no beat. We ain't had no subject.
Ain't no R&B singers like, I need a subject.
Whatever bro said. I'm just getting better at kind of hearing something and being able to just immediately go off of it. So.
Do you work with the producer beforehand to know what I'm gonna build this beat, or is it?
I like to, bro, and I'm like realizing that's not how a lot of producers work. So like if you listen to any song on my last project, the final version sound hella different than the original version, and it's always like hella elements. Like I for sure, production wise, like not even talking about my vocals, I probably touched each song at least 5 times.
So you actually produce too, like a little.
Nah, I don't produce, but my producer produces.
You like to
that,
get hands on.
Yeah, like that process is hella important to me. Like I'm usually gonna change a beat if it gets sent to me, and it's like that's not something that people usually used to.
Yeah.
But like a lot of producers really used to. So.
What type of sounds you feel like you kind of add or vibe that you want for in those beats? The changes that you're trying to make.
I love live instruments.
Mm-hmm.
If I just want to get to a point to where it's like if I could have electronic drums or drums through, you feel me, through the programs, and then have everything else live.
Right.
Like that'd be my ideal.
Like chords.
Like that'd be my ideal production process. But
definitely has a cool element to it.
yeah, I'm also just hella particular about arrangement. Like what makes something sound good, progression wise. You feel me?
Right.
And like the whole science of it. I feel like that's not something a lot of people pay attention to.
Who were some of the artists you were listening to growing up that had like live instrumentation in their music? You was really like, damn, I really want to add this when I fucking start making my own shit.
Shit, Marvin Gaye.
What's going on?
You know who my favorite producer is? DJ Quick.
Ooh.
But he didn't even have like a ton of live instruments. It was more just really understanding how to manipulate, compose and also just manipulate the instruments that he used.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, you definitely made the best of his situation as far as making the beats. Yeah,
for
you
sure.
make a beat out of anything.
Yeah, for sure. Like the little sound things that they got now. You feel me? You make samples out of those, turn the samples into keys and give you a whole.
What's that called?
I
ain't never heard of that shit before.
Yeah.
That's all fire.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Shout out technology.
Good job, technology.
Good job, technology.
Yeah.
Cap.
So what were some of your favorite songs off the project? Your most recent project?
I like Moved On a lot. I like Selfish.
That's definitely one of my favorites too, for sure.
I like Bulletproof Bourbon. I like every single song. The only one that I was a little bit finicky about was the last song, the Fuck Brian and Senior song. Just because, I had 3 verses on that song, and I didn't like 2 of the verses. And so, I don't know if y'all know who Brian and Senior is, but that's the police officer that pulled over Sandra Bland. And so, the other 2 verses that I made for that song were more geared towards that type of subject matter.
Right.
And I feel like the final verse on the song that I actually put out, it wasn't, I could have went deeper.
Yeah, could have went a lot.
Yeah, but I still like the song though.
No, yeah.
But yeah, that's the only oh damn, I should have done that. You feel me?
That's the one Lil B was on.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah, so he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna
yeah.
scratch.
And so that's how I sent it to him. I'm like, yeah, bro. I sent him the song. I'm like, yeah, I got this song, but I don't really fuck with it. So I sent him the song with all 3 verses on it, and then he replied back and was like, bro, you're great. Don't ever tell me that you He went into his whole little
Yeah,
bitch
he
guy
gave you a
shit.
little.
Like, bro, you great. Don't ever tell me that
Yeah.
you don't do nothing great. Like, you're amazing. Wooty, wooty, woo. And, so he just sent the verse back, and I took the other 2 verses off.
Thank you, bass guy.
Yeah, thank you. For sure.
How you get all connected with Lil B?
Shit, B. I just my big homie in Berkeley. He introduced us like maybe like 3-4 years ago, and ever since then, that's just like if I drop something, I make sure I send it to him. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's pretty accessible, yeah.
Yeah, like one thing about me, bro, is like I have respect for people that came before me, and it's like me and Lil B don't make the same type of music, but I can still respect him off of just like
He paved the way.
yeah, well, not necessarily paving the way, but he paved his own.
Yeah.
So it's like understanding me too as an artist, and I handle most of like my business myself. Understanding how hard that is.
Right.
You feel me? It's like it's you can't get nothing but respect, at least for me. You
No,
feel me?
I'm tough. Yeah, it's definitely not easy.
Do you like collab with a lot of different artists like out in the big? Cause I mean, obviously you work with like Neff Pharaoh, you work with Raj and everything, but it seemed like you open and like just being like, yo, like I'm making this music, you know, like tap in with me, like you fuck with it, like you wanna kind of collab.
I have like a real like particular recording process. So it's like I might fuck with a lot of people that I don't have music with, and not that I don't want to make music with, it's just like not having time to be able to put it together.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like this last project I got with Raj, Neff, Lil B, my brother, who was Nuki on Selfish.
Okay.
The Blood brother.
Nah, but I mean Blood wasn't making Sylvester. That's
Nah,
not
yeah.
Blood.
Okay.
And then I had Scandal the Dark Lord, and
Yeah.
them all folks, you feel me? Like I talk to Neff, Nuki, and Nando all the time, and so it's like shit. We just made music together. But as far as other people, it's like I want to do songs with other people. It's just not having the time to put it together. You feel me? Or as much time as I would like to be able to put it together.
Right. How's that Neff and connection come about? The Berkeley and the Vallejo connection come about?
Shit, bro, I just known bro for like a minute, like I think like a year and a half or like a year or so before maybe like a year and a half before he got famous. His cousin was just one of my partners, and then we just it just happened, and he ended up becoming that bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's bro though, like
Yeah.
I feel like we got real different brands, but like that's my dog. Like not even outside of music. I went to his house the other day and built a fucking cabinet. You feel me? Like that's
handyman, fucking, you know.
God. So like, yeah, I feel like that's something a lot of people don't really know. Like that's really my folks for sure. So,
It's like you make your organic connections with the different artists, and that's the people obviously you gonna kind of gravitate to.
yeah, exactly. So it's like shit. Me and Neff, like we got a session together on Monday. Like it's just automatic. It ain't like he's Neff the Pharaoh, but he's not like Neff the Pharaoh to me. You feel me? That's just like my bro.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people might be old shit, like get starstruck and try to like act different, like you were saying before, like how you might not even know like this person or that person like coming up.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, you really just gotta it's people. Like so you try to build that connection.
Yeah, that's it.
through the music.
Like with him, bro, one of the most down to earth people I've ever met. You feel me? You could literally walk up to him and have a conversation.
Same shit. Although in one of his songs, I heard you can't really walk up on him. He got some shit. He got some fans on him. He's like, nah, I want you blunt. Nah, I want you to some shit like that. It's funny as fuck.
Oh, shit. Who's somebody you fucking want to have a dream like collaboration with as far as music?
From the Bay or just in general?
Give me one from the Bay and then just two in general.
I want to work with Jay Ant from the Bay.
Ooh, that's a good one. His beats be going super.
Yeah, exactly.
Producers
But I mean,
stupid.
even just hearing little unreleased stuff from just random people, you feel me, that he got, like bro hard.
I think he
And I
got
just
two
never-
songs this year.
Yeah.
Slapping.
I've never met him. I ain't never,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But it's like from afar, like I always just like what I've heard, you feel me? Especially production wise.
Yeah.
And then, like just in general, like my dream collab would probably be like J. Cole or Kendrick.
Yeah.
Scared though, cause it's like I want to gas him.
Yeah, you gotta come with that energy though.
Yeah, I want to make sure that it's like.
Cause you know, goddamn well they gonna try to fucking kill you.
I want to make sure it's like if I get a feature like that, I want to make sure that it's or like a collab like that. It's like I want to make sure that I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah, you
feel me? Like,
right.
Hey, Dream. Hey, I can see you on Dreamville. To be honest with you,
it do be people telling me that.
Like as far as like even like the mixtape that they put all together and they was bringing different people and shit. Like it's a vibe. Like,
yeah, but I was upset I ain't get no fucking invite.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they got one man out there. You know what I'm saying? They reached out to the Bay, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
For sure.
Baby next. Okay. Well, tell us about like how you started putting together your like your project that you just released, Raw Bands.
So I had the project before this one. It was Burning Sage. I had Burning Sage before this project, and I think that dropped like January. And so it's like that dropped. I did a ton of shows. I think we did like 4 videos off of it. And after I was just like, damn, what the fuck do I do? You feel me? So I went into like a good 3 month like just uninspired energy. Like not knowing like how to like not succeed, but like not knowing how to carry on and whatever. And so in November I went on tour with Raj, and it was the most inspiring thing ever. You feel me? And we had the Moved On song already, so like that song was actually supposed to be on the Burning Sage song. Something a lot of people don't, or the Burning Sage project. Oh, okay. That's something a lot of people don't know, but that was the only song that I had in November. You feel me? And then I went on tour with Raj, bro, and it was like the most inspiring thing I've ever been a part of, for sure. Just with him, it's like, I met Raj before I think it was like 3 months before he put out the Escape project, right? So it was a while ago, but he wasn't, you feel me, who he is now. Yeah. And so it's like meeting him at that point and then him taking me on tour like fucking 4 to 5 years later, however long it was. And it's like, damn, bro, seeing you going from that to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's inspiring.
We went across the whole country. And so being able to really see that up close and like personal, it just inspired me. And so it's like taking that inspiration, I damn near finished the project by February. And I was planning on dropping in April, but COVID hit. I had like a whole marketing plan, whatever. Right. COVID hit, and then I just had to regroup. You feel me?
What's something you really took away from the tour that you're gonna carry for the rest of your life?
Like a memory or just
a memory or a lesson? You said it was such an eye-opening experience out of this video.
Yeah, just always, it's like always to stay hungry. Right. Cause like one thing about him brought home. Yeah. Like Raj is always hungry.
Yeah. I can see the work of it for sure.
Like, and so it's like, but he's also headlining his first tour. It's across the whole United States. You feel me? Like, a lot of people like get in that position and get big-headed and arrogant and whatever. But it's like he still worked like he's in my position. Feel me? Like still in the up and coming position, and it's like. Yeah, like that shit is definitely something I always want to keep with me. It's like that work ethic.
You gotta have it.
Yeah, and most people don't. Like you'd be surprised how many people just kind of fall into that situation. Right. You feel me? It's way more commendable if you can create your situation.
Right. Or fall into a situation and don't capitalize on it.
Yeah, that too. Or not knowing how to capitalize on it. So it's like all of the shit that you be having to do and all of that shit, it be stressful, but at the same time, it's like, at least you're gonna be ready for when it's time at least you're gonna be ready when you test it.
Exactly. You know gotta be battle tested for sure.
What's your tour essentials that you bring?
Water.
Stay hydrated.
Fuck. Water.
Not the turn up? Come on now. Not the turn up? Not that you feel me.
Bro, water. I'm really quite actually like a boring ass person, bro. Like
you just got your coffee. You just
bro. I be chilling. Like I don't be trying to party. I don't be trying to do none of that. It's fine every once in a while, but for the most part, shit. Water, a book,
some sage.
Damn, I don't even know. That's probably it. More shit. I be coconut oil.
Central.
To like put on like actually like lotion, or is it more so
No,
like
shit, both my hair though. But I started using goddamn fucking shea butter.
Yeah, I
From
just
Emeryville down the street.
Yeah, at the little flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy
shout
actually
out to
bought
the
that.
shea
Yeah,
butter
tell about
babes
that.
out there.
Yeah.
We fuck with you.
All the shea butter babies.
All the shea butter babes. That's fire. What's the top place you performed like that you? Like,
Then I got the best reaction.
Yeah. Or just you fucked with it, like.
Yeah, it's just survived your favorite place.
It was either Boston or Seattle.
Mm.
Both of those places I left with like 100+ followers.
That's fine.
Like both of
Boston.
those nights. Yeah. Like Seattle fucked with me and Boston fucked with me. Ever since I left Boston, that's been my 4th most streamed place.
Mm.
Even before I dropped this last project, it's like my 4th most streamed place.
Right.
In Seattle, I think for me personally, it was like just a good ass like reaction. You feel me?
I feel like Seattle's a good music city.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was my first time being out there, and then I went out there a little bit after, like not on tour, just to go visit.
Right.
And it was tight to be able to see it, not like working.
Yeah, yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
y'all wasn't like actually like going out a lot like when you was on tour.
Nah, bro, we was chilling, and that's another thing that I fuck with about it, cause it was like,
Real laid back.
yeah, like it was, bro. Like if I have to go out too many times in a row, you feel me? I'm gonna be over it.
You're like, I'm already on tour. I'm already going to this place.
Yeah, like I just be wanting to, you feel me, chill. I want to rap my raps and go.
Facts. No, tough. What's your process of going behind these videos? I feel like you take a lot of time to really plan out your videos.
Yeah, shout out my bro Vigilante, Momo. It's like my brother. We'll literally plan a video out 4 months before we shoot it.
Oh,
Are you a storyboard type of person?
For sure. We actually today, like I was saying, we shooting a video earlier. We shot our first just on the go, like not really nothing planned video. You feel me? And it came out cool, but like for the most part, it's like I really want to take a real practical approach to that. And just bro in general, he's just amazing. You feel me? He give me way more credit in the process. But I feel like I just come with the creative ideas and he just be making it happen.
Facilitating.
Yeah.
Cause he did a motivation, right?
Yeah, he did motivation. But I'm still dropping 5 videos from the project.
Yeah.
I just haven't I put out the fucking
The bourbon.
the bulletproof bourbon one, but I've been trying to finish all of the other videos at the same time. You feel me? So it's like, we damn near should be rolling out another video in like a week and a half.
And I fuck with the videos. Like it seems like you really got that vibe where you're not just like rapping in front of the camera. Like you're like, okay, like I'm a fit it to the actual song, and it makes the song come all cohesive. Where like me at least a listener, like I'm like, okay, like
shit, that be tight to hear, but I don't ever feel like I get as much love on my videos as I need to.
It definitely comes to life as far as like hearing the song and then seeing the video. It all ties in together.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't you? Cause I mean, it's focusing on like above it all and everything too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just met bro like passing, and then he ended up we just kind of fucking with me. We like built a little small relationship, not small, but we built a little relationship.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Like I feel like people working alone like it's good. Like you probably like manage yourself for a while, like and everything like that. Really seeing everything, but as soon as you can like kind of start building, like okay, like I fuck with you as far as like marketing and social media. I got my producer, I got my videographer, and now like what else to to build that people around you is on.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Man, bro, to keep it all the way solid, like making raps is easy for me. For sure. Like I was telling my bro Momo who shoots all my videos, it's like, bro, you damn near the real artist. You feel me? My producers, real artists. Yeah. Even y'all doing this is like real artists, cause it's like I could rap until I'm blue in the face. You feel me? It don't mean nothing unless the people around you put the shit together for you. You feel me?
Building a team.
That's just the way I be thinking. Like it's easy for me to rap, bro. I for sure think like videographers should be getting royalties and you know what I mean? What? They like the creative people around these artists is not getting the recognition they deserve. At least I think, cause I know, and it might just be me being naive towards my own craft. You feel me? But it's easy for me to make a rap for sure. but to be able to package it and bring it to life like sonically and all of that shit, it's like a whole different monster.
Right.
And so it's like we don't necessarily we don't look at our videographers as artists or our producers more so now because
The producer definitely getting a lot of shots.
yeah, but we don't look at the people around these artists as artists. But I feel like a lot of the time, especially now, because a lot of people, engineers, is making the artists.
Right.
They more of the artists than the people that's, you feel me, in front of the camera.
They already got the vision. Sure. They like, yo, you was sound great on this. Do this, do that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, bro. Like,
yeah. That's like low-key a humbling experience too, like the way you would put it, that perspective.
yeah, because I really be thinking, I'm like, bro, like, and then some of the songs on my project, bro, like, I recorded in 5 minutes. Literally, the whole song, 5 minutes, like, all on one track, like, one time all the way through, you feel me? 5 minutes, and it's like, to be able to make that into something that can be packaged.
Right, bring it to life.
Yeah, it's like, nigga.
Yeah, that's what it is.
People don't give, I feel like people don't give the people around them enough credit, you feel me? I for sure love my people. I love y'all having me here.
No, it's
You know
all
what I mean?
good, man. We appreciate you believing in the vision, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So love.
So is this like, are you thinking about like building your own like label or? Is
Nah.
Nah.
Just because I wouldn't want to have like any. I got a problem like people, outside people, like having creative input, and I wouldn't want that for nobody else. You know what I mean? It's like.
You like it for yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like that shit for myself. So it's like I wouldn't even want that like responsibility of trying to.
Yeah.
make
Well,
it break somebody.
I feel that like, but even though like, even if it's like, okay, like you're not like a label in a typical contemporary sense, but more so like you didn't found these people that you fuck with. You got a producer, you got the video, you have people around you who you know were able to create. So like bringing everybody together now to be like, okay, like I can help be that like link to somebody else, like where they now you have access to what maybe, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It just kind of depends on the situation. I feel like I personally don't feel like I know enough to be able to try to steer somebody's career. Cause I'm still trying to figure it out for myself. You feel me? But advice and shit, for sure. Like I talk to somebody till I'm blue in the face. That's what I'm passionate about. You feel me? So it's like I understand what I understand.
Yeah.
Or at least I try to.
How do you feel like mental health in the black community can be? I feel like it really needs some nurturing right now. How do you feel like that's been a weight on the black community? Or do you feel like it's being more brought to the spotlight and there's things being done about it?
It's definitely being brought to the spotlight. I just feel like that like, how old you? I'm 26.
I'm 26.
I'm 24.
Okay, like, traditional black community got some toxic ass ways.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? And it's
100%.
like being able to break that is what's gonna change it. You feel me? Like, it starts with like noticing it, right? And I don't know about y'all, bro, but it's hard for like people that raised me to take like accountability. You feel me? Like,
yeah, I feel that for sure.
And that just kind of has to start. So it's like I feel like I'm a firm ass believer in it starts with you. So like you have kids, understand that they're taking in and putting out the energy that you put into them. You feel me? And that is a big ass responsibility when you like raising somebody, because like technically you molding their outlook on the world.
Right.
You feel me? And so like that's just a undealt with thing for a lot of people.
Right. If you put a whole bunch of hate into the child, just a whole bunch of negative energy, it's gonna put that back into the world.
Yeah.
That's what you basically. So show a kid some love. Yeah, it's gonna
Even a cap out to me where people are like, oh, that's just the way it is. Like, oh, this and that.
It
just kind of continue to perpetuate. You feel me? Like the accountability in that aspect is gonna make you be like, oh, nah, like I'm gonna change this shit. Like,
I mean, I know me personally, bro. I've given up on trying to. Like I told I'll go through like little spurts where I won't eat meat and stuff like that. But I told my granny that I wasn't eating meat, or I told her I was vegetarian. She got hella mad. You feel me? And I'm like,
it's like you telling them.
She was like, I raised everybody on you feel me? Like whatever. I'm like,
oxtails.
They feel like you is attacking their lifestyle. It's not
Yeah,
good
you
enough
sick.
somehow, but you not.
But so it's like
yeah.
that is like it. How the fuck do I explain it? It like a very I'm right and you're wrong.
Right.
You feel me? And it's like
Yeah.
like
They stubborn.
yeah, bro. Like yeah, bro. It's I don't really know how to put it into words, but it's like letting go of that. You feel me? And hearing and seeing somebody
Right.
is what needs to happen because our mental health is like a direct line of so how we view the world, right? And what has happened to us in the world, right? And not being seen and not being heard and not being understood. Like I feel like most people don't feel understood.
Yeah.
You feel me? And when somebody doesn't get or when somebody don't feel understood, it's like nigga,
I ain't trying to hear what the
Like
fuck you
aggravated.
talking
yeah,
about.
it's aggravating.
Yeah.
It's like you in a room speaking Spanish and everybody speaks English.
Right.
You feel me? And then once you like lash out and do something,
They don't fucking get it. They're
you know what I mean?
"Why are they this
Actually,
way?"
yeah, it's like, well, where did this come from? It's like, well, bro's been building up this whole
So
time.
you wasn't even really like being there to understand, like.
I wasn't even paying
Oh,
attention.
paying attention. Is that one of the things for you like that? Like how do you like change that, or like how did you go with that to transfer?
Just like a lot of maturity, a lot of reflection, a lot of noticing like what has worked for me and what hasn't. A lot of like understanding and looking at like, all right, what am I reactional to? Well, why am I reactional to this? You feel me? Where does this stem from?
Right.
Yeah, bro, mostly just a lot of self-reflection, you feel me? And understanding like what, so it's like if I have an action, well, what is that linked to?
Right.
You feel me? Because it's usually linked to something, you know what I mean?
Some early childhood trauma or just whatever.
Yeah,
coming up
and then
later,
so it's just
yeah.
like being able to move forward from that, like address it, take accountability for it,
Mhm.
and just all right, like I'm gonna work on myself and not be the same. You
Right.
feel me? Not for anybody else either, but
For you,
myself. Yeah.
are you like a meditator?
Yeah, bro. I be dipping in and out of it, but I'm on like a 5-day streak right now.
Like, are you
That's
use
it.
Head Start?
Yeah, I used a little head start.
Yeah, that
I got up to like 45 days, bro, and I got up to 45 days, right? And then I meditated at like 12:06 or something like that in the morning, just because I couldn't sleep, like whatever. And they started my count over. I was hell.
We was like, man, y'all fucked it up.
Yeah, I was sick.
Hey, we need them streaks going.
Yeah,
That's fire.
yeah. Y'all be fucking fasting?
Like I personally used to be like hella into that shit. Recently I haven't, but like it used to be one of those things where I used to go on YouTube, play some like one of those like
Ocean sounds?
Yeah, ocean sounds, or even like
Whale noise?
432 hertz. Like if you
Right.
hear like certain frequencies, like it's supposed to like get you into the zone. I used to like fuck with that shit a lot. It was crazy.
I like to like at some point of the days I do some things do get a little hectic, during the week. So just maybe 5 minutes of sitting down, just being quiet, closing your eyes. I mean, that's just any form of that's a form of meditation to me. It definitely helps me.
Yeah,
It
bro.
ain't gotta be extensive, I don't have to have, incense burning and like, got my little ring, yeah, I gotta do all that. But
But it's the time to take for yourself.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
important. Like honestly.
Yeah, like most people just moving around life not in a centered self. You feel me? Like low key, like on autopilot.
Right.
So it's good to kind of ground yourself and like, all right, this is where I'm at. You feel me? I'm alive, nigga. Let me breathe.
Right.
You know what I mean? That shit is important.
Facts.
And it'll change it'll definitely give you a lot of patience. It'll give you just a lot of self-realization for sure.
That shit is important. It seemed like for you, like the self-realization is one of like the main parts, like that drives like even like your music, like
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
introspective. Like it was like the moments and the things that you were going through that basically was growing pains, like that like I issued that.
Shit, bro. A lot of it was like just like this is where I'm at. You feel me?
Right.
I'm like working through it, but so like I've like I haven't been like here, you feel me, with a lot of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of it is me just being, like, kind of just not being the same as how I used to be. You know what I mean? People wanting to be the same. It's like, shit.
People change.
Yeah, like, not that it's changing for, like, the worst,
Mm-hmm.
but just changing in general. You feel me? Like, sometimes you just outgrow people. And that hurts when you love people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like you care about people and they don't understand why. And,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And so that is a fucking growing pain. Outside of that, it's like just growing with music. And like I said, I had to realize, like, or when I finished my Burning Sage project, it's like, all right, what do I do now?
Right.
You feel me? Like, that was a growing process all on its own. You feel me?
But you gotta have some time too to, like you said, like sit back and actually
Yeah,
reflect,
bro.
and actually take in.
I feel like any type of artist, especially if you're using words, like, you gotta go out and experience other shit. You feel me? You can't, cause you're just gonna start talking about the same thing over and over.
Is traveling big for you? Like to travel?
Yeah, depending on like the situation. I just
Right.
haven't traveled as much.
How
It don't
to
feel
do
like
it.
it
Yeah,
don't
not
feel
right
like,
now. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, but no, I was gonna say yeah, but I don't feel like I fucking travel because of COVID. But,
Yeah.
I love going to new places for sure.
Right.
I don't know if y'all be fucking with like astrology and shit. I got
fuck
moon in
with
Sagittarius, bro. So I think when I'm on the go. You
Okay.
feel me? So I literally am bouncing my car and get dry.
So okay,
Right.
I was about to say you like to drive and like think and like you know what I'm saying, jot down your thoughts.
Yeah. So like, I love going places.
Yeah.
I love going somewhere, and it's like almost a gift and a curse because I feel like I might, like I told y'all about my day today.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
More
And-
active.
Yeah, like I've had like a very busy month, right? But if I just sit at home for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I'm lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not doing enough, and that's just my subconscious.
I mean, that's what the whole moon, like I fuck with astrology, and that's what the moon sign gonna do. Like it's supposed to, like the sun is what you pretty much come to people, like when you
Yep.
project almost like the people, and that's
Yeah,
where
it's
it's
your
like some of
conscious
your, yeah. But like the moon, everything's subconscious, everything emotional, so it makes sense that you, like internally, you wanna go, you gotta make something shake.
Yeah.
For you, that's like, damn, that's what, that
Yeah,
kind of
so
makes
my
sense.
shit is
why-
Sagittarius, so it's like, oh shit, I gotta go. Sagittarius is fire sign, so like they, you know what I mean? Sagittarius is the traveler.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense why you now that you might been a little like kind of uneasy about not going to your next project. So because you like, why am I not active? Ooh, like I'm trying to
Exactly.
jump off of this, jump off of that. Like,
Yeah, that's, I mean, shit, astrology in general is a big ass part of my self-realization. I did my chart to understand, like, the way I react to type. You know what I mean? To certain things.
check out your natal chart.
Yeah. Tap in with yourself.
Tap in.
Yeah. Hey, y'all got an opener?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, big
Lighter?
lighter.
Well, you know how to do it.
Party trick.
Oh,
Party trick.
Teach this nigga how to
Hey,
open a
we not
fucking
talking
bottle.
about me right now,
Oh,
bro.
learn how to
Don't
open
talk
fucking
about
bottle
me.
of life.
Don't talk about me right now.
I'm just saying, man.
It's
See how
good.
easy that was.
It's just good. It's good, bro.
Get
What's-
your life, people.
What's the top place that you would want to travel like right now, like yeah, just in general?
Honestly, pyramids, bro.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go to Egypt.
Egypt is alright, dude. I seen Mr. Fab go to Egypt, I think, last year. That shit looked
Yeah,
beautiful.
bro. That's just something I want to
Man.
see. That's for sure just something I want to see.
I
Even
think
Brazil, like all the Aztec statues and pyramids and stuff like that.
You big on the real like pyramids and like just like crazy kind of historical vibes like that?
I have been exposed to it. I feel like it's hard. It's a lot for me to wrap my head around, like as far as understanding.
You're like, how the
This-
fuck was this shit
this
built?
Bro,
hard.
like-
There's so much.
Bro,
I
People don't
went
really-
down the wildest rabbit holes. You feel me?
Oh, I'm a type
Yeah.
of dude
Deep
that
in
look
the
all
YouTube.
the-
Yeah, bro. And it's like after a while, it's like, all right, bro. Let me put my fucking phone down. Just trying to understand all of this stuff and then tying
All
that
these
together.
conspiracy theories and
Yeah,
shit.
like tying that shit together to what's going on now. It's like
Yeah, fuck you,
it's
yeah.
too much. Yeah.
Hey, a lot of people say that shit was low key built like by sound, like no cap. Like that's the whole theory that the sound, the way the shit vibrate,
Mhm.
and, like it didn't rate, and like they somehow was able to like control that and direct it to like build that shit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling you, I'll be like bro, 3 a.m. I'm on the computer.
Pyramids, how they built 30
Goddamn,
I
seriously.
know this.
Look cap, but now Brazil would be fire, bro. Like, Sao
about
Paulo. I'm a Spain type of dude.
Yeah, I'm bro.
Yeah, I'm an Amsterdam type of dude. I'm a for sure Africa. I want to go to Ethiopia.
I needed Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Ghana or Nigeria?
Let's go to Lagos.
Lagos.
Lagos go stupid, man. We gonna have a crib in Lagos. So.
No, we gotta go to Akon City.
Definitely. You got some acorns?
I don't have my acorns.
You got some acorns?
Shit, hell no. Shit.
Akon City, man. It's coming up. 2022.
With that shit.
Man, bro, he
He did the lockdown remix, the locked up remix.
He did the with 6ix9ine?
Yes.
that shit hurt.
He did the locked up remix with 6ix9ine, man. He must have been like, yeah.
So
Akon,
you
I got 100 bands for you.
And then hearing the song Locked Up, they won't let me. Y'all just like, nigga,
They
let you out.
Yeah, you found your way out.
Yeah. That's
The
crazy.
easiest way out of jail, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did that. Because it's taboo right now. You can't.
I don't know why Akon of all people.
What if you got? Would you do it if he gave you a couple of him?
Nah.
Your integrity's like fuck that nigga.
I mean, if Akon was a little more relevant as far as his music, he would definitely be looked way different. No, ain't nobody listening to Akon's music right now.
Oh, he kind of wild. You saw his last interviews and shit.
Yeah, he be talking shit.
He was from New Jersey, or well, not from New Jersey. But he was living in New Jersey. He was in the streets making $100,000 a week off of car jugs. So he was stealing cars, taking them to the chop shop, doing all types of shit.
on time?
Yeah, that nigga was wild, though. I'm like, no cap. No cap.
Akon was a wild nigga back in the day. We're gonna hit you with some quick hits, you know what I'm saying, before we get up out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, we're gonna count how many times you can say cloud couch in 10 seconds.
What's the record?
The record, I think, last episode it was more of a tongue twister, so we could barely count bro's words, but we just gave a general winner. Right now we're gonna try and count for you. 10 seconds.
All right.
How many times you can say cloud couch? All right.
You ready?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Couch. I did it twice. Hold on, let me start over.
Yeah, we gonna run that back.
Run it back.
All right, come on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Cloud couch.
That might be the. Yeah, I got about 14.
That'll be about 15. That'll be about 15.
That might be the best.
Best so far.
Yeah, you said bars.
Our last episode, bro, was like clack, 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 clack. But you know what I'm saying? That was way better. Way better.
Just started saying songs.
Yeah. So, fucking Iron Man or Superman?
Iron Man.
For sure.
Why?
Yeah, I would say
Shit, I just don't fuck with DC.
Oh, Marvel only.
Yeah, like that shit.
Big Marvel gang.
He bumped to me. Like I don't know why. Like even before all the movies and stuff like that. I fuck with Batman though. Real nigga.
Batman.
It was beating up drug dealers over dime bags and shit. It was whooping niggas' asses, boy.
Yeah, shit, he might not be, bro. He fucking conservative dude that's beating up on the poor.
Facts.
Oh, God, probably good.
Straight vigilante. He was fucking niggas up. Man, I was just stealing this bread for my family. Oh yeah, bitch. Poosh. Not on my block. Yeah, that better comes.
That hard.
Hey,
What's up?
not reply. If you had one person that you had dinner with, who would it be, dead or alive?
My mom and my dad. I lost both my parents young.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, like just them. Actually, so I don't even know if I should put this out. My real name is Roderick, right? So like, don't put that out there. But so my real name is Roderick, and my mom passed away, so her name was Gina, and Gino is where I pulled that from. Like she wanted to name me Gino, but
that's fun.
Yeah, love everything, man.
Hell yeah. So it's like my Gino is like an ode to my mom.
Yeah, that's fun, bro. Hell yeah.
Get some real game.
Hell yeah. Said hot or cold?
Cold for sure. You can't get cold when you hot.
Right.
You can warm up when you cold.
Okay.
You feel me?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah, he got it with it, man.
Yeah. So yeah, my name is Loe Gino and I'm a motherfucker.
Ooh, slap him right now.
I know.
Slap him. It's cool. It's cool.
Man, bro, you just took your shoes off?
Man, getting real comfortable.
Crustaceans.
Wait, what was it again?
I said my name is Loe Gino and I'm a motherfucker.
A motherfucking coffee drinker.
Drinking coffee. Not Starbucks.
Get your French press in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. You see the coffee.
You fuck with coffee brews? Like beer stouts that like have coffee in it?
No.
Nah, just straight up coffee.
Yeah. I don't be liking beer when it's too sweet.
Yeah, it does eat sweet.
Yeah, like all the like chocolate and vanilla flavors, it's like it'd be too much.
Yeah, get a little Loe Gino latte going on.
We actually damn near talking about it.
You got to
That's cool.
Yeah, my own coffee blend, like that should be hard. I'm also planning on branding my own kombucha too.
Ooh,
That's fire.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with the yerba mate?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I've had 2 today.
Oh shit.
I had one before this. I'm good. Yeah, we up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fire, man.
What's up?
Hell
You
yeah.
got one more?
Huh?
So you got one more before we get out of here?
Let's see. Nah, I don't know.
Well, that's it, man. Cloud Couch Sessions, man. We appreciate y'all coming through, man. Yeah, we appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, catch his new project out now on all platforms. Tell where we can find you at.
Shit everywhere.
Everywhere.
Loe Gino, bro, pretty much everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Spotify, Apple Music. Check me out, bro.
All that, man.
Yes,
LOE, man. Don't get slapped. We'll see you on the next episode, man.
Y'all didn't see the bloopers, but I got slapped down.
It's good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.